All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the GMS, the rule and teach well. And peace and safety to the Akim that's around the four corners of the world. That's pushing out this truth, giving all diligence, and putting their lives on the line to do so. It's the brother Karat out here off the GMS Atlanta camp. Just here with the lesson on how Esau abuses and destroys, pretty much everything, and in return, the vengeance is going to come back on him, and I was just looking at, I was just on social media and I came across this article, I just looked into it, and I'm just going to get, read the article, and show you how Esau, as you can see in the picture, how Esau does, to the animals that's in the society, man. And this is an elephant, that was hung, because it killed its trainer, which we all know that's not a natural, habitation for an elephant. Elephant is a circus, Elephants are supposed to be in the wild, man, and not being tamed, by anybody, man. That's why he killed, his trainer or her trainer. And I'm gonna just read a little bit on the article, and it says Mary, also known as Murderous Mary, was a 5-ton Asian elephant who performed in the Sparks world famous show circus. After killing a trainer in Kingsport, Tennessee, she was hanged in nearby Irving, Tennessee in 1916. So they named a elephant Murderous Mary because she killed a trainer. Like I stated before, an elephant doesn't belong in a circus, man. That's why he killed his trainer. And here you are, with your unrighteous judgment, and you hang an elephant, publicly, man. That's wicked. That's wicked, and it's deceitful, man. And this is a little bit on the trainer who the elephant killed. It says on September 11, 1916, a homeless man named Red Eldridge, which probably pretty much was a Edomite, named Red, because we all know what Esau goes back to, as it says in Genesis, came out red all over. It says a homeless man named Red Eldridge, who landed a job as a transit hotel clerk, who was hired as an assistant elephant trainer by the Sparks world famous show circus. He was killed by Mary in Sullivan County, Tennessee, on the evening of September 12th. Says Eldridge led the elephant parade, riding atop Mary's back. Mary was the star of the show, walking at the front. And if you ever seen, the training, that they do, with the circus, man, it's cruel. They beat them. I think they make them stand on their, their hind legs. We all know elephant weighs at least a ton, man. It's cruel and it's wicked, and it's unrighteous judgment, that Esau puts down, on these animals, man. It says let me see. I'm gonna just read a little bit on the execution of the elephant that was named Mary. It says the details of the aftermath are confused in a maze of sensationalist newspaper stories and folklore. Most accounts indicate that she calmed down afterward and did not charge the onlookers, who began chanting, "Kill the elephant, let's kill it." And these are Edomites, man. Jake, because if you ever notice, man, Jake You know, they don't be in the spirit of killing animals, man. You know? It says, within minutes, local blacksmith Hinch Cox tries to kill Mary, firing 5 rounds with little effect. So they shot at her, man, 5 rounds. You know, and it says it had little effect, man. You know? It says, meanwhile, the leaders of several nearby towns threatened not to allow the circus to visit Mary if Mary was included. The circus owner Charlie Sparks reluctantly decided that the only way to quickly resolve the potentially strenuous situation was to kill the wounded elephant in public. You know, so they set up a public scene to kill an elephant, all because he killed his trainer, man. You know, it says on the following day, a foggy and rainy September, Mary was transported where a crowd of over 2,500 people, including most of the town's children, assembled in the Clinchfield Railroad Yard. You know, so they gathered up, 2,500 people, just to see a public death of an elephant, man. You know, that's cruel and wicked, man. You know, that's why and people wonder why, we talk so down on a so-called white man, because he's wicked, man. All the atrocities and wickedness that he's done over the years, man, is reached into the skies, as the scriptures say. You know, the wickedness has reached up to the clouds, man. You know, why would you get children together, to see a public death of an elephant, man? There's nothing that a child should be watching, And if that was the case, why couldn't they do it behind closed doors, man? Let's put it down, put the elephant down behind closed doors, man. You do it out in public, man. That's wicked. It says, the elephant was hanged by the neck from a rail car mounted industrial derrick between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock that afternoon. The first attempt resulted in a snapped chain, causing Mary to fall and break her hip as dozens of the children fled in terror. So they shot the elephant 5 times. Then they tried to attempted to hang her, and the rope snapped and she fell down. Mind you, the weight of the elephant has to be at least a ton. So she has 5 bullets in her, while being hanged, and then she snapped, the chain snapped, and she broke her hip, man. That's terror. That's a rigorous death, man. Your hip being broken, 5 bullet wounds in you, and you're being hanged all at the same time, man. That's torture, man. Esau is a sick bastard, man. He's a bastard child, man. Redhead devil, man. It says that, go ahead and finish reading this, and I'm going to get some scriptures. It says, the severely wounded elephant died during a second attempt and was buried beside the tracks. It says, a veteran examined Mary after the hanging and determined that she had a severely affected tooth in the precise spot where Red Eldred had prodded her. The authenticity of a widely distributed and heavily retouched photo of her death was disputed years later by Argosy magazine. So here it was. The elephant had a major toothache. The trainer, it says the trainer had prodded her where her toothache was at. That's what caused her to snap back, man. So before looking into all of that, before looking into why she snapped, which in the first place she shouldn't have been in the circus anyway, so she had the toothache, She was shot 5 times. She was hung. She was hung twice. On the first time, the chain snapped, and she fell and broke her hip. Then she was hanged again, man. That's torture, man. You know, that's sick, evil, and evil torture, man. You know, but I'm gonna get some scriptures. You know, some quick scriptures before I close out. You know, because you gotta get on Esau, man. This is some bull crap, man. You know, and it makes you angry, man, when you see things like this. Even though that happened over 100 years ago, you know, it still makes you hot in the inside, because you know that's a creation from the Lord, man. A beautiful creation from the Lord, man. You know, so this is Proverbs 12:10. It says, "A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast." You know, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. You know, so Esau don't have any tender mercies, you know, towards his animals, man. You know, that's why you have zoos all throughout the world. You know, you have these big animals, you know, in these small cages, man. You know, animals weren't created, you know, to be in cages. That's common sense. You have a huge tiger or a huge lion, you know, in a cage, man. Like, come on, man. That's what you came up with, Esau. That's wicked, man. You know, it says that's how we know you're the of the devil, man. Because you don't regard the life of your animals, man. You know, you put them to death. You know, let me reread this again, man. It says, "A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel," man. You know, and that's exactly what you Edomites are, man. You're cruel and you're wicked, man. You know, and the Lord is going to judge you for it, man. You know. Then, and this is just that article, you know, that I brought out. There's just one, you know, a small incident out of the millions of incidents that you Edomites have done, man. You know, just one small incident, man. This is Isaiah 33 and 18. It says, "Thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers?" You know, and that's what we're doing, man. We're gonna meditate terror, you know, on you Edomites for all the atrocities that you've done, man. You know, we're thinking about how we're gonna do you, you know, as you become our slaves, man. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, you know, and the animals are going to be included, you know, on the judgment, you know, that we have towards you, as it tells us in Job the 5th chapter, which I'm gonna get real quick. It says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee." You know, so the beasts of the field, you know, is gonna be at peace, you know, with the men of the Lord, man, and they're gonna obey and do as we say in righteousness, man. So if we want them, you know, to kill the Edomite, man, guess what they gonna do? They gonna kill the Edomite, man. You know, cause you Edomites are wicked, man. You think you can just slide, you know, and get away with all the wicked judgment that you've placed on the earth, man. That's why Proverbs 29:2 tells us that the people basically mourn when the wicked are in rulership, man. You know, and that goes with the animals too, man, and nature. You know, that's why when the righteous take over, you know, the beasts and the stones of the field, stones of the field is going to be at peace, because everything is going to be righteous now, man. You know, but until then we mourn. You know, just like you hung that elephant and tortured it, man. You know, I'm gonna close off with this scripture. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I'll start at verse 1. It says, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave." And that's basically going into that that YOLO spirit that you Edomites have and pushed out towards the people to do wickedness, man. That you only live once, spirit, but in all actuality, the Lord, once you give up the spirit, you go receive your judgment, man. You know, that's why a lot of you Edomites come back looking all ugly and fucked up, man, because all the wickedness that you've committed, man. You know, it says, I'm gonna skip down to verse 6. It says, "Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth." You know, so that it just shows you the wickedness, that you Edomites, and you heathen nations, because you other heathen nations, do wickedness towards the animals too, man. We don't let you slide, but that particular article, was an Edomite, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Close out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well. Till the next time, Shalom.